Alright guys, it's LSP. It's currently Sunday the 31st of March 22:16 PM GMT time. So it's been a while since I put an update out. I'm doing a lot of work on the site and trying to move things around and whatnot, recording videos, blah blah blah. But in the meantime, I just want to make you aware of a few levels this week that I'm going to be paying attention to. Okay, so dollar index wise, and your chart may vary in terms of dollar index. This is actually a futures chart. It's the June contract, which is what I use, and then when this expires I use the next one, and so on and so on. I've always found it beneficial, and it works good for me. So we can see, if we just zoom in one more on the weekly, well, I'll show you this first. We can see we've got this area up here, okay, old highs, and we believe that there's going to be liquidity above here, stops, whatever you want to call it, okay. And in that vein, okay, we look at where we've come from. We can see we've had a really nice run up, shallow pullback in terms of the whole range, okay, shallow pullback, nice run higher, and we've been going sideways. You know, we did have a dip here, okay, nicely, another dip, push away, sideways, and then we had this really nice week a couple of weeks ago, came all the way down, rejected nicely, and then a really nice up week last week. So the 97.53 level, or 97.50, okay, again is back on the cards. If you've been watching the previous videos, you'll know that I had this marked off. Price went up there, didn't quite clear on this chart, but I know it cleared it on the previous contract that I had and that I was showing. So that was tagged nicely, but I can see a nice push towards this week. We may get it this week, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm expecting higher prices on the dollar. And as such, we just jump over to the euro. It's a bit more pronounced on euro. You can see this nice sort of messy progressive downtrend, which is what we want to see. Now, slightly different in terms of liquidity pools. We have one obviously below the previous low, but because we took it, this one, with this week's move, okay, then we're going to jump over here and we're going to put the low on here. And this is where I believe price is going to be reaching for short term. Okay, so 111 big figure, 111.10 to 111 big figure, and the giveaway really, to be honest. We had a really nice pop here, lower high. That candle right there, last week, a couple of weeks ago, ran up, took out the liquidity above the swing high. Obviously, this was, you know, a nice green candle at one point. I'm sure there's plenty of people that were going long, and then bang, you know. So and obviously this is respective to the weekly chart, but we had some really nice follow through last week, and 111.10 to 111 big figures where I believe we're going. Maybe a little bit lower, but for now there's some stuff over here which may stop price if it gets down there, but this is the most logical place that price should be driving for, and that's where I believe the draw-on price is going to be. So I will be paying attention to that. In terms of cable, I'm staying away from this. I've said this a few times, but I'll reiterate it now. I really don't like this. I really don't like this. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on with the Brexit stuff, and you know, all this back and forth, no deal, this, that. I don't really keep abreast of this stuff, but obviously it's pertinent to what's going on. And this is why cable's kind of just really doing much, sort of swinging both sides and just taking liquidity, stopping people out really. And anybody that's trying to capture the, you know, whatever move happens during any news release, I think is going to get themselves into trouble. You may be lucky, I don't know, but it's just not really conducive to good sound trading. So I'm staying away from cable. So, you know, what do you do with these levels? I mean, what do you do with this information? I mean, ultimately, okay, this isn't trade advice. We say this over and over again, and obviously, I believe that I'm speaking to people who are of sound mind, okay, and aren't just going to say, well, he's expecting a high dollar, so I'm just going to go short on everything. You know, foreign currencies, don't do that. I mean, they're good studies. You know, I don't just randomly pick these levels. You know, I look at the context behind everything that we're doing. And I'm focused solely on the weekly chart because I believe now we're steadying off, and it's a bit more fluidity to the way that price has been moving last week. So I think we're going into that potential range expansion for the month, which is going to be starting soon, and I think we may get a nice, nice progressive next couple of weeks of continuation movement. So that's what I believe we're going to be doing, and as such, it's good to keep these levels on your charts. Don't change the way you trade, but just keep these levels on your charts, and just monitor how price moves towards these levels. And like I said, it doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that that's something that I'm going to be looking for. And as long as price is continuing to show me what I see, then I'll continue to do the things that are conducive to that context, or not conducive, but that are in line with that context. And then if I see a shift in structure, then obviously I'll act accordingly. All right. So I wish you all the best. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll keep you updated as and when the site's up and running. I think it'll be next month maybe, or next couple of months. I'll say next couple of months. All right, guys. So take care. I'll speak to you soon.